Awesome.
All right. Now, also on that card,
There you go.
former NFL player Matt Mitrione, who was the co-fight of the night. After his victory, he had some choice words for our guest, who was his agent. Malki Kawa was his agent leading up to, I guess, 30 seconds after the fight. Anyway, he fired him on live TV, and then he spoke to MMAfighting.com afterward to explain it all.
His name's Malki Kawa with First Round Management. He did the worst job ever with sponsorships. For a televised fight, he got me $5,000. $5,000 for a televised fight. That is highly unacceptable. So yeah, Malki, you're fired.
Is this true? This is true.
Yeah, I'm for real. Yeah, Malki did. He may have done whatever. He told me that we were asking him how much. What'd you get? Who do I need to get on my shorts? And get my shorts. So I can try them on. I had to get these things hemmed and blah blah blah. And the answers I get is hey, your wife's bothering me and about stuff that's not her business. For real, dude? My wife's, it's not her business about my money? That's a trip. Okay, my wife's aggressive, brother. So like, it was just the trip. He was out of line in a lot of ways, and I think that's really appropriate for me to fire you on national TV. You're fired.
Okay, so we've talked about theatrics recently of some fighters. I don't know. This would probably top the list at this moment. Ron Kruk talked to Mitrione, who basically just wanted to issue one statement that he's, sorry it happened. He talked about, he repeated the factors about the sponsorship and what he considered a disrespect for his wife. He wants to let the issue go. Of course, it's hard to do that, Matt, when you make that proclamation on national TV and then follow it up on a website to keep this undercover. So it's out there. Malki, what's the latest? How do you feel about this whole situation?
Well, first and foremost, thank you, Matt, because I'm on HD Nets and I'm here, and it seems like I've become a celebrity overnight, and everybody's like, want to talk to me all of a sudden. The situation is, the way it is. He decided to fire me on national television, which I'm okay with. Any fighter can fire me at any time. John Bones Jones happens to be my top client, and he can speak for me, and he'll tell you exactly the type of work I do and what I do for a televised card or whatever it may be. Fighters need to understand that the business side of stuff, you hire people to do it because they're the professionals that understand it. I would never go tell boss how to do his job, all right? My wife, my children will never tell boss how to train me. That's the way it's supposed to be. If I'm his fighter, that's the way it goes. The situation with Matt turned into, there was a lot of external people and factors that were involved in what happened. I picked him up 4 weeks before the fight. He had someone that was dealing with this stuff way before I ever came into the picture. 3 weeks before the fight, they tell me, I have nothing. Can you save me? I got nothing for the guy. Absolutely nothing. From the time the fight got announced until the fight, he got him nothing. So I came in to save the day. Now, they made deals prior to the fight, on his clothing deal, that restricted him from doing a lot of different things. So I came in with my hands tied, did the best that I could. He was sick the week before the fight. So usually a week before the fight, I'll sit with my clients and kind of go over everything before they really get into that cut. I don't want to mess with their minds with, money and all that, so I try to do it a week before. Well, a week before the fight, he calls me. He's got a flu. He's really bad. We were almost pulling out of the fight. So I said, let me leave it alone. The wife starts to call me, and I explained certain things to her, and a lot of it was done through text. And what happened was, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the whole mix-up about not being her business, I text her that the situation with the clothing sponsor, not to worry about it, that it was my business, I'll take care of it. And what I was meaning by that was, this is what I do for a living, that it's okay, it's going to be fine. And I think she took it and said, hey, Matt, he told me it's none of my business and this and that and the other. And, I represent Dan Hornbuckle in Bellator, Native American, great stand-up person, really good guy. His wife deals with me every day. And another person that can attest, never once disrespected her. We do all the business together for him and this, that, and the other. So at the end of the day, it just kind of...
Let me ask you, had more than 5,000, right?
Well, he got the shirt and the shorts was about $7,500, and then the $5,000 to go on the shorts. So Matt made about $12,500 to maybe $15,000 on that card. Might have been 10. I'm not sure what the actual shirt and shorts sponsor was, but Bloody Elbow went and did a report on that card and pulled some of the people on it. Some of the fighters on that preliminary card didn't even make $5,000.
Well, I was going to ask, and I don't like to talk, I'm never going to ask Johnny what he makes. It's not my business, or Caro, unless it comes out public if they state it, and consider Mitrione made it public what he thought he made. What would be the average price for a guy who's not as high a profile as these two guys like a Mitrione? Is that a going rate, $5,000 to $7,500?
No, listen, on a preliminary card, if they make $15,000, $10,000 to $20,000, I would think would be the range depending on who they are and where they're fighting. Because I think one of the biggest problems here that we're also looking at is, you know, and this is not to take anything away from Matt. I like Matt a lot. You're 2-0 going into the UFC. Your big win is over Kimbo Slice. You're an Ultimate Fighter. You're not John Jones. You're not Kawa. You're not some of the other clients that I've dealt with. But that didn't take away from anything. I could have gotten him more money had it been done a little bit different.
What if he called you up? Would you guys work together again after all this?
It'd be really hard for me to sit down and think about having to work. I mean, listen, I don't want to ever say, I'm not the guy to say never, because at the end of the day, Matt Mitrione tomorrow could turn into being one of the top fighters in this industry, could be a top heavyweight. And listen, I'm the best agent in this business. That's the bottom line. I represent the top guys. I make them the most money. John Jones is here. He can sit here and tell you guys exactly what
John,
it
is he the best agent in the business?
I wouldn't say so, no. Yeah, the guy's good. He's really good. He's great at what he does. He's changed my my professional side of fighting around, and I'm working now more than ever. So I would have to say yes, he is.
All right, Malki, thanks again for
having me.
Hopefully clearing all this up. Stay around. We're going to talk about other stuff.
I'm here.
Love it when you talk.
I do.
Thank you.
Now,
he's fast.
we're going to drink.